Hi, I'm Kristen, and you're watching Kristen Cooks. On this channel, I like to do lots of cooking recipes, a little baking, which is what I'm bringing to you today. It's almost Valentine's Day, and I have two cookie recipes that use boxed cake mix. I thought that looked really interesting, and I wanted to try it. So let's get going. And please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. I so appreciate your support. And let's get going.
Okay, this first recipe is kind of a take on whoopie cakes, which is more of a cookie. But I decided to kind of doctor up this cake mix and make a little handheld Valentine's Day treat. So I'm going to take all these ingredients and put them in a bowl here. I have one package of red velvet cake mix, a half a cup of melted butter, and a cup of whole milk, and 3 eggs. The milk and the butter is replacing the water and the oil in the cake mix recipe on the box. So I'm just going to beat all of these ingredients together till it's nice and smooth. Get all the lumps out, about 2 minutes. I have my oven preheated to 350, by the way. And then I have this cookie sheet pan, and I'm just putting the batter onto a parchment lined cookie sheet. I did spray it a little bit just to make sure that it comes off the parchment paper easily. So I'm baking it on this cookie sheet instead of in a cake pan, because I want to cut out little heart shapes and put a little cream cheese filling in the middle, and there you go, kind of a whoopie cake, if you will. So yeah, and then I'll bake this for about 25 minutes, I believe. We left it in there for. My daughter is helping me in this video, by the way. If you see a couple different hands in there. So here it is after 25 minutes, all done. Because it's a thinner cake in this cookie sheet, this sheet pan, it bakes a little faster, is what I'm saying. Sorry. So then, working on the cream cheese filling, we have butter, 8 ounces of cream cheese, and we're going to add in a little powdered sugar. I'll put the details in the description box for you. Here comes the powdered sugar. She's adding the powdered sugar in slowly. We don't want to make a big powdered sugar cloud and make a big mess in the kitchen for mom to clean up, okay? That's what we don't want to do here. So we're just slowly incorporating the powdered sugar in until it's all mixed in and as lump-free as we can get it. And we're doing this while the cake is baking. Okay, so it's cooled a little bit. We put it onto this cutting board, and now we have this heart-shaped cookie cutter, and she's just stamping out little hearts out of the cake. And this will leave some scraps, okay, but don't worry, they will get eaten, that's for sure. This is my daughter's favorite kind of cake, so we were kind of excited to make this for Valentine's Day. This is a fun one for your kids to get in there and help you with too. They like to mix and get the cookie cutter out and make little heart shapes. So some of them, it's really hard to get this batter even on the cookie sheet. So some of the the cakes, are a little thinner than others. But to solve this problem, we'll just take a serrated knife and carefully cut the more thicker hearts in half. Like so. And the ones that are too thin to cut, we can just put those together, those two halves together that are too thin to cut. And then we have this piping bag and just a standard tip, and we're just putting the icing in the middle, and there you go, a nice whoopie cake. It's great. These were so delicious. They were really delicious. We loved them. You store them in the fridge, and they'll keep pretty good for about 4 days. And look at that. They're so pretty. These are really good. Anything is good with cream cheese filling, am I right? Okay, so now we have a 3-ingredient cookie made out of cake mix. So again, we're using a boxed red velvet cake mix, which is chocolate, by the way, if you didn't know. I didn't know that for the longest time. And then we have a 1/2 cup of oil, and then just 2 eggs, and that's it. That's what's going to make this cake mix turn into a cookie. And then we just kind of mix it all up. And this is going to get super thick, by the way. I was going to use a whisk to do this, and my daughter's like, no, use a spatula. It's really thick. She's done this before. And then we're adding in some white chocolate chips for a little extra depth in the flavors there. And then because you want to form this into balls, you'll want to chill this for about 20 minutes just so that it's a little bit easier to work with and it won't be quite as sticky. And it'll keep the cookies from spreading too much on the baking sheet. So again, we have our oven preheated to 350. And then we'll just take this medium scoop. And this is turbinado sugar. This sugar will not melt in the oven, and it'll add a nice extra crunch on the outside. I did some cookies without it and some with it. And these were so good. They were so delicious. Oh my gosh, you should really make these. And they don't take much time. You just need 2 eggs and a 1/2 cup of oil. Or you could use melted butter in place of the oil if you wanted to. And these were really great. This is my first time baking cookies out of cake mix, and I will do it again. I am a fan. These were just so delicious, really chocolatey, and just perfect for Valentine's Day. If you want to do a little treat for your kids, all these recipes would be really great for you to make for your kids, or to surprise your husband or your boyfriend on Valentine's Day with a nice treat. See, look, these look so gorgeous. And they're going to crack on the top like that, and that's how you know they're done. And look at that. They're just so soft, and they're kind of fudgy too, in a way. It's really good. These are fabulous. I will again write all this stuff down in the description box for you. And then I saw this recipe for deviled strawberries, and I thought it looked just delicious because I love strawberries. I was a little skeptical about strawberries in February, to be honest. Usually they're not that flavorful this time of year. But these weren't bad. I mean, the color looked pretty decent on these, so it's like, okay, let's try them out. And, they weren't too sour. They were, pleasantly sweet. They weren't like summer sweet, of course, but they're definitely passable for February. So you just I had a little clamshell of these strawberries, and I washed them, took the stems off, and halved them. And then I'm cutting a little notch in the back of the strawberries. This is just so that they don't roll over. It keeps them flat on your board or your plate or whatever, just so they don't roll over. And then I'm going to take just a tiny bit out of the middle here. This is just to make a little bit more room for that cream cheese filling or cheesecake filling to sit in. And these are delicious too. My mouth is watering already just watching this. It's really good. But yeah, this is a really quick little dessert. Plus, sort of healthy. You're getting some vitamin C from those strawberries, not bad. So cheesecake filling. So we have a cup of heavy cream here, and then I'm just going to whip it with my beater until it has nice stiff peaks. Excuse me. This will just take just a couple of minutes with the beaters, a little longer if you want to do it by hand, but also a good workout. So here it is. There we go. That's perfect. Set it aside. That part is done. And then in a separate bowl, here we go. A softened brick of cream cheese, 8 ounces. Okay. And then 2/3 cup of white granulated sugar, a little vanilla, lemon juice, that's optional, but it was fine in there, it was good. A 1/3 cup of sour cream. So this is supposed to mimic cheesecake, by the way. I don't know if I didn't already say that. And then we're going to beat all of this together till it's nice and smooth. Lumps are gone. About 2 minutes. Another no bake recipe. And then we're going to fold in the whipped cream. This is so pretty. I really like doing this part. So pretty and fluffy. I love whipped cream. So delicious. Especially when you whip it yourself. Look how pretty and fluffy that is. Like a big cloud in the bowl. So then just take your spatula and just gently fold that whipped cream into the cream cheese and everything else until you have it nice and incorporated and light and fluffy. And then we're going to put this into a piping bag. I found these reusable piping bags on sale at the store over Christmas time, so I had to get them. And then you'll just use a little star tip. So the easiest way to fill a piping bag is to get it all ready like this and then put it into a skinny glass, a tall glass, and it's just way easier to fill up your piping bag this way. Or, as you know, if you don't have a piping bag, you can just fill a Ziploc bag. You can do it the same, using the same glass, do it the same way. It's easier. And then just snip off the corner of it with the scissors, and you can pipe it on that way if you don't have a piping bag or you just don't want to use a piping bag. But this way, it's pretty simple, easy peasy. And this filling makes way more than you're going to need, but, just keep it in the fridge and you can dip a graham cracker in it or some of those cake scraps for the previous recipe, So yeah, and then you're just going to pipe it onto those strawberries, easy peasy, just like that. These are gorgeous. I love the color of strawberries. It's so pretty. And then we're going to have a little bit of graham cracker crumb to sprinkle over the top for a little bit of garnish. I just took 1 graham cracker sheet, I guess you'd call it. I don't know what it's called, but just 1. It doesn't take much. Just put it in a baggie, crush it up with your hand, and sprinkle them on, and there you go. These makes a really great little dessert for, after Valentine's dinner, if you're planning on doing Valentine's dinner. What do you like to do for Valentine's Day, by the way? Sometimes in the past, I've done separate dinners for my kids. I have 2, and I've said, hey, tell me what you want me to make you for dinner for Valentine's Day. So then tell me, and I make them their special dinner, and it just makes it a little extra special. But these were great. All these recipes turned out really, really great and would be wonderful to make for Valentine's Day coming up. So thank you for watching. Thank you for staying through this whole video. I really hope you have. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Oh, I'm gonna test the strawberries here. Look at this. Yep, they're very good. I'm going in for another one. Yep, wonderful. Look how wonderful. Oh, they're so pretty. So I hope you have a really great Valentine's Day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.